Why everything feels more expensive in the UK.
£287? This can't be right. How did it get so high?
Over the past few years, many people across the UK have noticed a strange and frustrating disconnect. The news tells us that inflation has finally cooled, falling significantly from its double-digit peaks. On paper, the cost of living crisis is often discussed in the past tense by policymakers. Yet, when we reach the checkout, check our energy balance, or look at our monthly rent, things don't feel like they're getting any cheaper. In fact, for most of us, life feels more expensive than ever. Visual title screen, why everything feels more expensive. To understand why lower inflation hasn't meant lower bills, we need to look past the headlines and explore the specific structural changes that have permanently shifted the UK economy. The explanation. The most common source of confusion is the difference between inflation and prices. When you hear that inflation has fallen to 2%, it doesn't mean prices are going down. It simply means they are rising more slowly than they were before. Think of it like a car. Inflation is the speed, prices are the distance traveled. If you slow down from 70 miles per hour to 20 miles per hour, you are still moving forward, just not as fast. According to the Office for National Statistics, consumer prices increased by over 20% in just 3 years. This is cumulative inflation. Even if inflation stayed at zero today, we would still be paying those higher 2024 prices. We are also seeing shrinkflation, where prices stay the same, but the pack size gets smaller. Whether it's fewer biscuits in a packet or a smaller bottle of dish soap, your money is literally buying less volume than it used to. So, why was the UK hit so hard? It was a perfect storm of global and local factors. Globally, the UK is a major importer of food and gas. When the invasion of Ukraine shocked energy markets, the UK's heavy reliance on gas for heating and electricity meant our bills spiked faster and higher than many of our neighbours. Visual icons representing Brexit customs stamps and a help wanted sign in a warehouse. Locally, the UK has faced unique friction. New trade barriers and persistent labour shortages have made it more expensive for businesses to bring goods into the country or find staff to move them. These aren't temporary glitches. They are new costs baked into the price of every pint of milk and every delivery. The practical impact. This shift isn't just a statistic. It has changed the math of everyday British life in 4 specific ways. First, the housing squeeze. To fight inflation, the Bank of England raised interest rates. This was a deliberate move to cool the economy, but it has left millions of households facing a mortgage shock as their fixed-rate deals end. For renters, the impact is often worse, as landlords pass on their own higher borrowing costs, leading to record high rents in many UK cities. Second, there is price persistence in the essentials. While the price of a luxury watch or a new car might fluctuate, the things we must buy every week, like olive oil, sugar, and eggs, have seen some of the steepest increases. For lower-income households, who spend the majority of their budget on these necessities, the felt inflation is significantly higher than the official 2% figure. Third, the hidden costs of energy. Even as gas prices fall, many people notice their standing charges. The fixed daily costs to be connected to the grid have risen. This means that even if you use less energy, your bill remains stubbornly high. Finally, there is the purchasing power gap. While wages have finally started to rise faster than inflation, they are playing catch-up. after a long period of stagnation. For many, even a 5% pay rise doesn't feel like a win when your core expenses have jumped by 20% over the same period. So, the big picture. When we zoom out, we can see that the UK is navigating a period of rebaselining. We are moving away from a decade of very low inflation and relatively cheap energy into a new era where the costs of doing business are structurally higher. The ultimate solution to this is productivity, the ability to produce more value for every hour worked. However, UK productivity growth has been sluggish since the 2008 financial crisis. Without a significant jump in productivity, the economy has to adjust through higher prices and tighter household budgets. History shows that after a major price shock, it can take years for the real standard of living to recover. We are currently in that waiting period, a gap between the high prices of today and the higher wages of tomorrow. The feeling that everything is more expensive isn't an illusion, and it isn't just in your head. It is a reflection of a fundamental reordering of the UK's economic reality. While the period of rapid, chaotic price hikes may have settled, the high plateau we have reached is the new baseline for our finances. Understanding these mechanisms doesn't make the bills any easier to pay, but it does help us see the path ahead with a bit more clarity. Visual black screen with simple text, understanding the new normal.
So that reality the Scotland but keep going. How you manage your budget? Tell me in the comment. Thank you for watching. See you again.